This morning. I am super excited for this show, and I know when it's going to be a good show because I spent some time on the phone to Ems this morning, who does all my accounts. I'm going to call her Account Manager M, and we've been basically getting very excited about different fabrics, going, oh, and this, does that go with this, and does this go with that, and what about this, and what about that, and then Inga came in at 7 this morning and was like, oh, look at all the fabrics. So yeah, I think we've hit upon a good one this morning, and the fun that we've already had trying to work out which fabrics go with what and where and this and that and the other. It's been gorgeous already. So we've already had a lovely morning, and I'm glad that you can join us. And I know that a lot of you are already making good use of the half price pom-pom trim. So the deal is with the pom-pom trim, look, it comes in a 10-metre thingamajiggy. Let me show you. It comes in a 10-metre reel, I guess you'd call it like that. And it's half price. That should be £15. There's 10 metres on that. But I'll do them today at £7.50. But the deal is, if I post them, this is plastic. And that snaps. Don't complain about it, because I don't know that that is going to survive any kind of strenuous postage. So that's the deal. You can have it half price if you don't complain if that snaps. It might be absolutely fine, but if it does, there we go. And you're going to want to be using pom-pom trim all over the place by the time we finish today. So whilst I just discreetly do this. Oh, I said I was going to change my needle as well, didn't I? So I'll just do that in a second as well, whilst we're getting ourselves all sorted. Thank goodness for a needle holster, eh? Although that one is a jeans needle and doesn't belong in there anyway. Right, so what was I going to say to you today? So today is all about... it kind of makes me sing. 3 is the magic number type thing. I won't sing it because otherwise you get told off for singing stuff. Let me just put this in my little sharps packet. It's my sharps packet. It's always a good excuse for having a little tic tac or two. They make great sharps tins. That's where all my... You see, you can see. I have been changing my needles regularly. Right. Enough of that. So, where were we? Yeah, so 3 is the magic number. I realised that we don't often sell fat quarters here. We generally go big or go home and go half metres. And which is great because there's a lot you can do with a half metre, but there's also quite a lot you can do with a fat quarter. And I suddenly realised that we had quite a few projects that you could do with 3 fat quarters. And it also gave me an excuse to just rummage around and find beautiful trios all over the place, which I've absolutely loved. So, projects to start off with that require 3 fat quarters. Pom-pom trim, infinity scarf. That's Gemma's design. And those fabrics were chosen by Brandon Mabley, actually. So I did a whole show with him on that because he loved the idea of having the pom-pom trim, and also quite rightly he said it cheers up a mask. So if you've got to wear a mask, you can just put your infinity scarf on. I've spent all morning with my infinity scarf, which I've now left up in my bathroom, on because I love it and it's colourful and it's bright and it's cheery, but I can't wear it on air because it interferes with my microphone, so I can't do that. But all other times, I'm a big scarf wearer. Bad neck and back means that when I'm not on air, I constantly have a scarf on. So that's exciting. Not me having a scarf, but being able to... My bad back and neck is very exciting for you all, I'm sure. No, but there we go. That is the pom-pom trim infinity scarf, and we're going to have a play with that. The other makes that we realised take 3 fat quarters is also the lavender, the book cushion with the lavender ravioli, which lots of you have bought. So you can get the instructions for the infinity scarf there on the website. You can get the instructions for the book the lavender book cushion. It was the book cushion with the lavender ravioli. You know, the little pockets of lavender, and you get the lavender. You get 20 grams of lavender, well, at least 20 grams of lavender. I'm a bit generous with it, with your instructions, but you have to choose your own. I put bias binder. We'll get to that. But that's on the website as well. So you can buy the instructions. There are also some book kits put together, some book cushion kits put together, which have the trim and have the lavender in there. And you basically save, I think, £1.50 about that in not having to buy your trim because it's all in. Who have we got with us this morning? Because I'm wafting my phone around all over the place. We have got good morning Emma, good morning Michelle, good morning Linda, good morning Anne, good morning Helen, good morning Elizabeth. Lovely to have your company. Who else we got? We've got Jan and Carrie-Anne, good morning. And we've got Linda and Rosemary and Karen. Oh, we've got day off, Karen. Lovely. And Rosemary and Bev and who else have we got? Jackie and Lisa and Patricia, good morning, and Amy and Anne, good morning, and Julia, hello. Who else have we got? Heather and Jan and Sue, good morning, Colette, hello, from the sunny Wirral. Oh, I bet you've got a fab accent. It's one of those really friendly ones, isn't it? And then Syl's here, Lynn's here, Joanne's here, and Jane's here, and Francis is here, and Sheena's here. Good morning. Jane says, good morning, Rasha. Love your top. I think she means Tasha. I regularly on spell check, my name goes to Rash or Trash or all sorts of stuff. It's always good fun. So if you ever get an email from me and it's signed Rash, you know it's me. Sunny Malvern. Lovely. Pleased to see you're headache free today. Yeah, I went and bulk bought Migraleave yesterday, so we're all good. Good morning. Stitching. What are you stitching, Louisa? Oof. It's overcast in Liverpool. Morning from Coven. Where's that? A bit overcast today. Family gone for a run. Bye. I can watch in peace. It's very energetic. Gosh. Geraldine, hello. Natasha, missed yesterday. My mum's not well. Oh, no. Oh, Geraldine, I hope she's feeling better. That's no fun, is it? You can catch up. Not sunny today from Barnet. Still hand stitching binding. Leslie, that's why I find every cheat's way to do binding, because I don't have time. Could you imagine? I'd still be sat there doing a project from 6 weeks ago going, it's all right, we'll have a show in a few more weeks, just let me finish the binding. Just wouldn't happen. Good morning, Jackie Collins. What a great name. Who else have we got? And Debbie and Anne. Morning from a hot and sunny Cyprus. God, just teasing us now. Right. I don't know where to start. It's so gorgeous. Right. Do I go Liberty or do I go Philip Jacobs? Which to start? Ooh, all of these are on the website, www.natashamakes.com. They are all underneath where you can watch us live. There is a lot on the show today, so just click on view all or just keep scrolling, because there is a lot. As Poringa knows, because she's already had to start cutting some of it. I've done some, she's done some, it's all good. Should we look Liberty? Now, I know that the Liberty has launched. This is the new Liberty collection, and it has launched. It's screen printed onto Lazenby cotton. Now, the thing with Liberty is that they're always going to find the best quality. The Tana Lawn, which is what we kind of know Liberty for, the Tana Lawn is an incredibly robust but very fine cotton, and that's thanks to the cotton fibres that they use from Egypt, from a certain part of Egypt. And so when they started producing quality cottons for quilting weight, they are a slightly larger thread, because that's what we need for quilting. And but again, still screen printed and still soft and beautiful. So let's have a look. I've put these into trios for you because I do feel that Liberty should be affordable, and these are rather gorgeous. So I was talking to SJ this morning. This is all from the new Flower Show range. SJ, if you ever have a question about your order or anything like that, it will be SJ that will help you out. And I was talking to her because there's a make on the show this morning that SJ's been asking me to do for a while. More on that later. And I said to her, you know, what do you love? She said, well, I don't really like pink and I don't really like flowers. Having said that, I love Tilda and I love Liberty. And I'm like, well, that's kind of all flowers and all pinks. So I'm going to start with this. I think I have imaginatively called this Roses and Turquoise. I've got 5 different fat quarter Liberty bundles for you today, and trying to think of names for them was really tricky, really tricky. So I apologise, and I also retract any previous comments that I have ever made about, well, that's not very imaginative in terms of names, because, yeah, it's really hard. This one I think I've called Ditzy Garden because it's got that. So basically they've gone into the archives of Liberty. They've reworked in new colourways, but is that not just beautiful? Just beautiful. And you've got your Ditsies. Now we struggled to find, we had a little look around Tinternet and we struggled to find any sets of 3 Liberty fat quarters. You could get for £20, well, $19.99, you could get 4. But for $12.99 today, you can get any of our fat quarter trios. There we go. Aren't they beautiful? That I've called Ditzy Garden. Look, I've even got a little sticker so I know what I've called what. Yeah, it has come to that. Now, let's have a look at my Liberty Pinks. Ooh. So in this, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. This is Liberty Pinks. I've ignored the pack. There's purples in there as well. Liberty Pinks. So hopefully you're getting some of this detail in there. It's a bit good. So that is the 3rd out of our 5. And then what's the next? Oh, I think we got a bit more artistic with our names next. I think we went oh yeah, Flower Meadow in pink. Well, there's no pink in that one. What was I thinking? Oh, there we go. There's some pink. There's some more pink there. There we go. There we go. Flower Meadow in pink. We'll ignore the fact there's purple. No, there is some pink in there. There we go. Is that not just beautiful? So this is the Liberty portion of the show, and we're hang on this I love this one. This is the Flower Meadow in blue. Look at that. Oh, just beautiful. And that one, and then look at that. I just think it's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Is that not just an absolute thing of beauty? I love, 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 love it. So that is your Liberty Flower Meadow in blue. Sticker on there so that I know what I'm talking about. God, tell you what, if it took only a sticker for me to know what I was talking about, that'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I'm going to pop these down there so that we can enjoy them muchly. And I'll flip that over so we don't have to look at my labellings. They are gorgeous. They are brand new from Liberty. They've only just been launched this last week or so. So they are hot off the press. And when I say press, they're actually screen printed, like I said. I love the fact that Liberty is so timeless that they can just go into their archives and go, oh yeah, so we'll just rework this in a different colour because, you know, it's still fashionable. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And glorious, may I just add. Does anybody have a favourite? I'm really torn. I'm really torn this morning. I just don't know what my favourite is because I pretty much love everything on the show. So when I finish doing my little happy dance about that, then let's move on to the next lot that we've got. I'm gonna go rogue. Okay, what happened was Philip Jacobs' Pansies in Blue have gone. What? Are you joking? What the? Hang on. Pansies in Blue or Poppies in Blue, Ems? Hang on, we might have had a sellout, or we haven't just come to air. You kind of sold out of stuff already. What, this one? Is it the Poppies or Pansies? Pansies in Blue? Poppies in Blue? The Philip Jacobs? What? Hang on, I need clarity. Clarity, Ems. Which one is it? Oh, Jacqueline's having fun making the stowaway drawstring bag. Fabulous. Oh, Susan says she doesn't mind slip stitching down the binding. It closes it off for her. Covering in South Staffordshire. Quiz team's name is the Witches. Nice. I like that. Ems, is it this one, my love? Is it this one? The Philip Jacobs in Blue? Did I call it Pansies when I meant Poppies? Oh, I don't know. Hang on, because there's no point in me showing you stuff that I haven't got. Bear with me. Pansies in Blue. Oh, I'm really confused now. Really confused. I think, Emma, and can you just clarify, was it the one that we wanted to put velvet with? Was it that one? Yes. Right. Okay. I'll have to put that to one side. Oh, that was one of my favourites. I can't believe that's gone already. Well done. Yeah, you're quick off the mark this morning. Right. Okay. Let's start then. So, Philip Jacobs, where have you heard that name before? Philip Jacobs makes up the trio that is the Cafe Facet Collective. That might be where you've heard his name, or you might know the fact that he used to design for Liberty, he used to design for Sanderson. His fabrics have been featured in the White House, so he's got a pretty good pedigree. Yeah. So it's no surprise that when he goes it alone, his fabric designs are stunning, and he really understands what he's doing, and they're just utterly gorgeous. Very, very talented botanical artist, let alone anything else. So I have been wanting to get a hold of some of his fabrics for some time, and it wasn't as easy as I thought. But then, of course, when I do get hold of them, I have to then try and put them into trios for you, and that's even harder because I've got to make decisions. So this is we called it neon because you got the bright greens and yellows in there, but look, you've also got begonias and roses, and that's come from Inga because she does a lot of gardening and she knows her florals, Desiringa, so she called that bundle that. How utterly stunning is that? Isn't that beautiful? I'll pop the lid of my sewing machine down so that I can... So if you are new to sewing, you might be wondering what a fat quarter is. It still confuses Emma. She's still like, what is a fat quarter? When you are sewing, we have bolts of fabric. They tend to be about 44 inches wide. And from that roll, from that bolt, we take off a metre of fabric. We then cut it in half and cut it into quarters. And one of those quarters is called a fat quarter. So it's 1/4 of a metre of fabric. Look how beautifully that stripe goes with it all. And suddenly it picks out those colours in there. I just love it. And then you've got all of those. So yeah, I think that is rather gorgeous. Oh, Susan says the blue and pink Liberty. It's lush, isn't it? It's all rather lush this morning. I am Very happy about the situation, I have to say. The fabrics are just gorgeous, and I hope, my big hope is really reasonably priced as well. I know that you can really pay a premium for fat quarters, and I've tried not to do that. Yeah, basically. So that is your Neon Roses and Begonias bundle. There we are. Decisions, decisions. What are you going for? What do you love? Oh, Michelle says, morning, better late than never. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Who else do we have? Still foggy and pit and weem. I'm going to have to look up where that is, aren't I? I really am. Oh, I think this might be one of my favourites. And I've got a thread that's going to really annoy me. Bear with. There we go. This is not, I'm giggling because this is not the name of any of the fabrics, but when you see the bundle that we've put together, you will understand. So let's start with these. Again, this is Philip Jacobs Pansies, and I love this one because when I did my interview with Philip, this was one of the fabrics that was sort of draped down in the background, and it was utterly, utterly gorgeous. So never did I think that, you know, sort of 2 years on, I would be able to be selling his fabric myself on my own show. It's just phenomenal. But then, and this is from I want to say it's from the Silk Road collection. Yes, it is his latest collection, Silk Road collection. What about bringing in some rich, warm oranges? How beautiful is that? And then, look at the tribal print. Oh, I love it. I love it. So, we called it Psychedelic Pansies because look, you've got all of those rich colours in there. And then to bring these in, I just think they are divine, absolutely divine. And I, because Inga wanted to call it Psychedelic Pansies, and I said that's fine, but I can't spell psychedelic, so you'll have to spell that for me. She's like, it's per psychedelic. I was like, I know that. Per Psychedelic Pansies. That's what it will always be in my head. Look at how beautiful they are. And then you get. Yeah, what a mix! What a mix! I adore it. Inga told me it was for the more adventurous viewer. I'm like, no, it's for anyone that loves colour. I just think they're fab. Well, I need to move all this out of the way, don't I? Running out of room. Oh, just love it. So this has basically been my morning. It's not a bad morning, is it? When you just get to play with all this. Yeah. Per Psychedelic Pansies. Oh. Right. Love it. So Philip Jacobs designs under his own name of Snow Leopard. So you might have heard of Snow Leopard, you might not. You might only recognise him from his work with Kay Fassett, who is known for years, like from the 70s or something. They've I mean, like really years and years and years. And then, oh yes, this is Peonies, Begonias, and did we call it Fans or Scales? Oh, hang on, I better put my Psychedelic Pansies sticker on. I can't remember. But basically, because we have got Peonies, Begonias, and then these look like fans to me, but apparently they're called Scales. But I don't care because it brings up that pink and that red. Look how gorgeous that is together. Love it. Love it. It's very handy, isn't it, having the sewing machine here to drape my fabrics over. so you can get a better look at it. Because, you know, I've only got so many hands. Whoop. Whoop. Look at it. It's just beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How gorgeous is that? And then with that teal and the red. Loving, loving, loving that. Anybody else loving it, or is it just me? Oof. Yeah. Stunning. Just stunning. Decisions. But there is a lot that you can do with a fat and quarter trio. So much you can do. I'm trying really hard. I'm learning to fold fabrics. Now that it's me that has to do a lot of the cutting and me to do, you know, a lot of the order fulfillments now, because we're trying to bring as much cutting in-house as we can. Just because at the moment, trying to get stuff in from abroad or whatever is really hard and a little bit hit and miss. So we bring in as much in-house as we can. Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. So they are your begonias. What do we call it? Peonies, begonias, and possibly fans or scales. I can't remember. There we go. Yeah, you see Jane Alcock. Elizabeth says, Jane Alcock, I'm seeing a quilt in that tribal design. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful. Just beautiful. Now, I'm going to go rogue for a minute, because then I found a Melissa White design. Isn't that beautiful? I believe they are finches. And then I found a woven fabric. Now, I have a feeling this might be a caif, but because it's woven, there's nothing on the selvage. And I didn't get a chance to look it up, so I can't tell you 100%. But with all of those teals and everything, and then I found this, which is a Philip Jacobs. So I went rogue and I put the three together, because it's okay to mix and match. Let's just remind ourselves of that. It's okay to mix and match. So let's have a look. But the Caif, David and Michael Fat Quarter trio was also gone. Ems, we haven't even got to that bit yet. Oh my goodness me. So that one you've loved and has gone. Actually, I might be able to make a couple more of those. It'll be dependent on how much of that I've got. Bear with. Right. This is from Philip Jacobs. But look how beautifully it goes with that woven. Which then, if you bring in the finches... I love the finches and that together. Like that is just such a beautiful combination. And then just to cool it down a little bit with just a lighter tone in there. I thought that was gorgeous. So do mix and match your designers, because you can. So I think Inga wanted to call this Forest Plaid Ferns and something else. Finches. All the fuzz. All the fuzz. There we go. So we've got that. Inga, you know the bless her, she's busy chopping away. You know the Michael Miller frosty whatsits? We've got a few fat quarters just sat on the side by themselves. Could you see how many of those we've got? Because that will dictate how many more of the Caif and David we can put together. Because that's already sold out. Yes, how many purple frosties we've got on the side, please? They're just behind your back. No, they're already done. They're already put together. Behind where you're cutting, just behind you on the side. Yep. She's on it. I might be able to load some more of these, but I'll just keep them a little bit hidden until then, because, you know. I don't want to get your hopes up. God, going fast this morning. Well done. Well done. How many we got? 5. 5 more. Oh, fabulous. Emma, you can load 5 more of those then, please. I'll show those next then before they sell out again. And again, it will just be, you know, what I've got that is when I do like to mix up designers because it's just fun. So this is what I've done here, and this is what has just sold out, and I can add 5 more. I just suddenly realised, I remembered I've got, there we go. So this is your Michael Miller frosty fabric. And then, oh gosh, what's his name? David, what's his surname? Wolverson, I can never remember. But how beautiful is that? Oh, she's loaded them. Well done, Ems. Thank you, my love. There we go. She's a good one, isn't she, eh? Straight on it. So that is, I just love the silhouette in this. And then it just so happened that the bolts went next to each other when I was sorting through. And actually, this cave fabric just went, oh, I want to play with these. And I went, yeah, you kind of need to, don't you? How beautiful is that? So mix up your designers. It's all good. It's all good. Suzanne, why are you going to be eating pasta for the rest of the month? Oh, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it. It's all right. I overcooked Freddie's pasta for breakfast, and it swelled up so much that he probably will also be eating pasta for the rest of the month, but for a completely different reason, because I am a dreadful cook. That would be why. Poor chap. It's a shame. Good job he likes pesto pasta. Really. Oh, do you know, yesterday the bag that we made matched the picnic blanket, and I said would be for Freddie's school lunch. Well, he's taken that in today. He was so chuffed with it when I said yesterday when he got home, I was like, come on, you can take this. So he took the picnic blanket and his bag, and he packed up the bag, and he went outside into the garden. He said, Mummy, I'm going to the beach. And off he went. I think he found a few stones to make his own beach. He's very resourceful like that, really. And off he trundled. So he was really happy. He was less happy this morning when he had to take everything out of the bag to put his lunch in it. But there we go. Linda, good morning. Fab fabrics, yeah, aren't they? Aren't they? Yes, Sue says, my word, Natasha, you've been on a mega shop. I know. But it's for you. Can I get away with that? It's for you. I do it for you. It's my excuse. Right. Right. I know. This was meant to be fat quarters. But sometimes you have to draw the line. I physically couldn't bring myself to cut these prints small. I couldn't. They had to stay as half meters because, oh, look. We're still with Philip Jacobs. You can't cut that in. You can't, no. Just no. I wasn't going to let it happen. So, that's the beauty, isn't it? You just go, sorry, my business. I'm afraid I cannot let that out the door in any unit smaller than a half meter. You can't cut it up. I can't let it. In fact, I'm gonna hang it up here because it's gorgeous. Let me pin it under a box or two so that you can just get that full. Isn't it gorgeous? But then I found this one. Yep, that is absolutely not being cut smaller than a half metre either, because I don't want you to miss anything. Like, what if you missed out on some of those butterflies or something? It just wouldn't do. It wouldn't do. And then, do you know what? I have to tell you, this is how gorgeous the people are here with me. Is that Inga caught sight of my lovely gardener, John. We've got quite a big garden. I am rubbish at gardening, flowers, anything like that. So it's my one little treat to myself is to have someone that does know about gardening come and do gardening stuff. And Inga gardens as well. So they were talking, it was like a foreign language the other day, chatting about and it was like proper gardening geeky stuff, and I didn't understand a word of it. But it made me smile because I was so passionate about it. So this morning, Inga takes this fabric out to John and says, with your planting in the front of the house, can you basically please recreate this in the front of the house? How gorgeous is that? And he's like, yeah. I can move some peonies or whatever from there to... Basically, the people that used to live in this house were really good at gardening, really good. So we've got... And then it was left to go to rack and ruin for years. But John is digging away and finding all sorts of treasures out there. And so, yeah, he's like, well, I'll just move this and put it there. And so this was then the third. I think we've got some of these in the back garden as well, you know. I couldn't cut that up. I'm sorry. No. And there's one more as well, which I'm saving for another day because it's got birds in it, but it's got massive birds in it and it's really beautiful, and I couldn't cut that up either. Smaller than a half metre, so you have to wait for that one because I'm going to do a whole other project around it, I think. But look at that. Isn't that just stunning? So, yeah, I would say sorry, not sorry, basically. Philip, I couldn't cut them smaller than a half metre, but they are cut now to half metre. So if you have bought multiples, I'm afraid they are coming cut already. At some point, when the situation changes, and I can get more staff in, then I will start to look at doing fabric cut, you know, to however much you want. But at the moment, we're so understaffed. There's not a lot I can do, really. So yeah, these were the exception to the fat quarter rule, and I'm really sorry. Sorry, not sorry. They have to stay as half metres because they were too beautiful to cut any smaller. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they gorgeous? So I hope you love them too. Hopefully, hang on. Alison says, I've placed an order for 2 Liberty bundles and the pom-pom trim. Hopefully the trim I picked with it, but I still can't find the scarf pattern. Hang on. Oh, Pit and Weave is near St Andrews, North East Fife. Let me just check that we have got infinity scarf. What? Oh, hang on. Why have we not got the infinity scarf pattern up? Oh no, that's a big old... Oh, hang on. We'll have to add that. We might not have an image of it, or we might have an image of it. Could somebody please add the infinity scarf pattern so that everybody can get this? Right. Now then, Jan, she's just joined us. I know that you'll like this one. In fact, I think you might have already got some of this. This is by Moda. And so, yeah, okay. So I wanted to bring a little bit of variety for you as well. And I just had a few of these left. So we chopped them up into fat quarters. And here they are. So this is from the Sweet Violet range by Jan Patek, and I think they're rather lovely. And you can get 3 of those. Oh, Elizabeth said that she'd like a summer jacket in the plaid, please. Yeah, that would be lush, wouldn't it? Absolutely lush. So we've got some of those for you. I've also got some of these in the lavender book cushion bundles, because I only had like 2 of certain ones. So do take a look there as well, because I think they would make a really gorgeous lavender book cushion. Yeah. And then, so all of these are $12.99 apart from this one, which is $11.99 because it's got a plain in it. But it's not any old plain, it's a Tilda plain, so it's still an expensive plain. But look, you've got the hair. So this is your Tilda hair tile bundle. So you've got your ditzy, you've got some petrol, which is one of the Tilda plains in there. Beautiful, isn't it? Really beautiful. I just throw that in because I couldn't have a show without a bit of Tilda. And then, this is Shell Rummel. And I got hold of some of these because I thought they would also make beautiful book cushions, because they were so tranquil and beautiful. Look at that. But then I also thought, so I was just going to do these as book cushion kits. Because look, I've got this a magic grey that turns purple when you put it near purpley things. So that will be the border for it, which I just think is gorgeous. And maybe we'll make that today. Who knows? But then I thought, actually no, because some of you might want to make an infinity scarf out of that, because that would be a bit gorgeous too. In which case it's also available as your trio of fat quarters. And then the other thing that I did put up just as book cushions was the very last bit of the Liberty that I had here. So with the grey, so this is all Liberty fabric. So if you've got a little one that has that just loves the stars, then this might be the Liberty book cushion. Liberty fabric book cushion. What would you pay in the shops for a Liberty cushion for your little one? Because our book cushion kits are $19.99, and you get the lavender and the instructions and the binding and the fat quarter. You get everything in there. Yeah. So that's that. So do take a good look and see what you fancy. There's a lot. So yeah, if you do go for like a book cushion kit, then for example, if you went for the Shell Rummel one, then you would get your 3 fat quarters, you get your binding, you get your, smells amazing, bag of lavender. That's Yorkshire lavender, by the way, as well. And you get all your instructions, step by step, full what have you, blah, 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 blah. Now, let's pop that to one side. Because, decisions, what are we going to make today? Do we want to do a cushion or a scarf or SJ's secret make? More about that in a minute. She's been pestering me for this for a while. SJ, did you decide what colours you liked in the end? Which fabrics you liked? Did you? I can't remember. Right, let's start with a nice easy one. And it's so easy, I haven't actually made a pattern for it because it's really easy. But apparently needed. Okay, I will explain that then. Anything blue and teal. Okay, anything blue and teal. Blue and teal. Or this one with the birds, SJ. Do you want that one? That's blue and teal. That's a bit gorgeous too. Let's do this one. Okay. So, SJ has been telling me that dreadful things have been occurring in her home over lockdown. This sounds really awful, doesn't it? Yes, love it. Oh, good, excellent, good. You've got finches coming your way. So I'm making your house sound awful, SJ, and it's not. Basically, I'll finish the story. SJ said to me, "Can I please make?" It's had such a build up now. A plastic bag tidy, because they've had to do all their shopping online, and the delivery companies won't take the plastic bags away. She said, we normally have a little basket that sits in the garage and it just has a few, little plastic bags in until the next delivery, and then we give them back and they give you a 5p back if it's, posh shops. But you give them back and they recycle the bags and it's all gorgeous. They won't take them now. Oh, come up for breath. They won't take them now, apparently. I don't know. I haven't had a single online delivery because I wanted to save them for... This is ridiculous, isn't it? My mum was really struggling to get online deliveries, and I thought, well, I don't need to, because I go out and I'm not in a situation where I've got family members that are at risk or anything like that. And because I go to the post office, I've managed to go the whole of lockdown without doing an online supermarket shop. And because my local market lady has dropped boxes of vegetables in various locations for me to swoop in and collect, I've managed to not have to use up a very valuable slot, because I thought, that could be taken by someone like my mum, who, bless her, was setting her alarm clock for 1 o'clock in the morning to try to get a slot. So yeah, in the end I thought, no. So I'm not in the plastic bag situation, but I do understand that anybody that has had to have online deliveries has got a plastic bag situation going on. So I'm going to help you with your plastic bag situation. Now, when I've looked at plastic bag tidies, it's how much fun my life is, isn't it? What did you get up to the weekend? Oh, I researched plastic bag tidies, actually. I realised that actually some of them are quite big. But do we all have massive spaces on, in our utility rooms or under the kitchen sink? Or actually... Oh, well done, Emma. She says the infinity scarf instructions are up. Good job. Thank you very much. So you can get your infinity scarves. And I suddenly realised that actually a lot of the patterns are really long and they don't fit in everywhere. And actually, I put... sometimes I feel I overshare, and I apologise for this. You get to know the wonderful workings of our home. But sometimes I put our old plastic bags, I use them as bin liners for the bins in the bathroom. And that's, especially if they're ones that had meat or whatever in there, I don't really think should be recycled. So so that's what happens to those. But then I'm lazy and I can't be bothered to walk all the way downstairs to go into the kitchen or under the stair cupboard or whatever to get the bags. Because I'm lazy or whatever. So should we go with busy? Busy sounds better than lazy, doesn't it? So invariably these things don't work or happen. So I thought actually what I could really do with is a little one for upstairs to go in the airing cupboard or something, so that I've got little plastic bags there and I don't have to trundle all the way downstairs when I realise that the bin is full, because I'm the only one that empties any bins around here, and that would be fine. I can't really expect a 6-year-old to empty bins. I realise that's, asking a bit too much. So, a useful size... God, I get there in the end. I don't half waffle sometimes. A smaller sized bag container was I feel what is called for. Yeah, basically. I've not made one of these yet, so I'm just winging it. For anyone that's thinking, why isn't she just cracking on with it? Well, I'm just thinking. Having said I don't want a massive one now, how big do I want it? So let's go. Let's go 6 inches. That's always a good length, right? Well, that doesn't sound great, does it? And then you'll have plenty. I don't know what I'm saying. So you can make then 2. And then I'm just going to, over here, just even up these edges. But it's made out of 3 fat quarters, right? So let's just neaten up those edges. So that has taken it to, what did I neaten it to? 10.5 wide. Ooh. Oh, yeah, look. You see, I should have fussy cut, shouldn't I? But happily, you've got your finches in there. So I'm going to have that at the top, then that, and then that at the bottom there. I think that's going to be gorgeous. So bear with me while I just rummage and put my iron on. Now, of course, if I want to make a larger one, I've got all of that left to make a much larger, longer one. But this is just for a little neat under the stairs jobby. And then what I also thought, I keep moving bits of pom-pom trim everywhere. I've got a whole load of pom-pom trim. I'm just surrounded by pom-pom trim everywhere. I've got a whole bag of it down here. Right. First things first, we need to press over the seam. Oh, so the pressing bottles have landed in this country. They should be out for delivery this week to me, and then to me, and then to you. To me, to you, to me, to you. So that's all good. That's all very good. So I'm going to fold over by just a tiddly tiny bit, like 1/4 inch, maybe not even that, and press all the way down there. If you've got your overlocker, whip that out and just overlock that edge. But mine's underneath my desk. But this is definitely an overlocker based project. And then turn over your seam again. Oh, this is going to be a very compact one. I can always make you a big one, SJ, don't worry. Press, 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 press. Now, this needs to be, actually I need to make that a little bit wider. This needs to be wide enough to get your cord through the top. All right, so I will just press that down a little bit more. Wasn't thinking, was I? Too busy chatting. And I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, and so I've also asked if they can send me any more pressing misting bottles because you guys are so demanding. You want them? So what I've done here is fold it over, pressed, fold over again, press. And then what I'm going to do is put that on a little diagonal there like that. Can you see? So that when that goes like that, and when that is sewn in, that'll be fine. That won't fray. Okay, and I'll have to do the same on the other side. I'm going to press that. Oh, designing on the spot. There's nothing like the pressure. But I did realise that I have been promising SJ one of these now for a while, and I was starting to feel bad because I hadn't done it, and she was getting quite passionate about her plastic bag situation. Bless her. Okay. So when that is folded over like so, I'm just going to run a little stitch along there. I'm going to run a little stitch along there, and you can see those ends are just like that. Just like that. And let's hope, shall we, that. Oh, hang on, I lost me. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So at the end of each show, my studio at the moment, whilst we're still, I did thread that, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah. Whilst we're still trying to get the warehouse up and together, it's not as easy as you think, you know. We've been trying to build stuff. I'm not very good at kind of putting together warehousing, but that's effectively what we've been doing, building all the shelves and all that, because no one else is going to build it, so it's got to be done. Emily was helping. We decided that Inga is our bubble, so she was helping. I say Emily was helping, she was running around with a parasol. Wasn't actually all that helpful at all, if I'm honest. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the top, and I'm going to do the same on the bottom. So this will come down to the pressing. So I'll turn over so that we don't get any raw edges, and then I'll turn over again and then press on a diagonal. Hope this works. It's going to be a bit awkward if it doesn't, isn't it? But I think that we are friends enough now that it doesn't matter. You know, we'll just make together. It's fine. It's fine, it's fine. And if you have any better ideas, then let me know. This is where we need, doing this the most ham-fisted way. It's because my cutting mat's in the way. There we go. Oh, and I've got a bit of yesterday's show stuck under there as well. I wonder why it was a bit bumpy and lumpy under here. There we go. So on the website, and again, this is for you, SJ. There is a bundle, and the game was up. She knew exactly what I was making when this went up. There is a bundle on the website of 2 meters of cord, bag cord, with a 1/2 meter of elastic, so that you too can tidy. Because I'm assured it's a need. The nation needs it. That's what I'm told. The nation needs it. So, you know, who am I to not go with the nation's needs, right? So just pressing, and then we'll stitch. And then we'll sew everything together, and I'll just show you how easy this is. It's like a 2-minute make. Well, unless you're chatting, in which case it takes a bit longer. But I would like to know how many of you make these, and how many of you have this bag situation. Whee! Because like I say, I'm told that the struggle is real. Just talk amongst yourselves. There we go. I joke, and yeah, one of the things that was unlooked for when I started Natasha Makes, and yet one of the things that I really, really love is the fact, I mean, I say, you know, talk amongst yourselves, but you do, and that's the beauty of it. Like on the Facebook page, you're all chatting away. It's lovely. I love this. I have this fabric for the drawstring bag too. Fabulous. Yeah, do it. Oh, Becky says I'd want to keep it all. Yeah, so about that, there might have been a few that, you know, yeah. Right sides together, What can I say? I'm only human. It's pretty stuff. Right sides together, whip yourself up a steam. Woof. A seam is what I'm trying to say. It's not really very steamy, is it? A plastic bag holder. But it's all good. And simple. Actually, someone was saying yesterday, what could you use your jelly rolls for? What about this? What about actually making something that doesn't need to hide in the cupboard the whole time? That could be out on display because it's made in gorgeous fabrics. What about that? Oh, we're living the dream. I have a dream. Have a dream, and it's all about plastic bag holders. Look at this. Yay! Ooh. Set the seam. Dink, 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 and then push it down. You could top stitch this. I say you. I might top stitch this in a minute. Dee, 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 dee. Just so that that seam stays down. There. Oh, I love these teals. I'm just going to top stitch it. So when I say top stitch, I will increase my length a little bit. But it's just to hold that seam down so that it doesn't get ruffled by the old plastic bags. Do you know what, actually, I seem to remember lovely Angie Atwood having a plastic bag situation as well, so maybe the struggle is real. Helen, we have emailed you twice regarding your order. Could you look in your spam folder, please? And as I explained yesterday, the increase in postage costs as you buy more is because generally, it's not always the case, but generally there is more cost incurred in terms of postage and packing with larger items and more items. Like I say, it's not always the point, not always the case, and I did cover this yesterday on the show. We don't make any money on our postage. I got Emma to run the figures for me. We don't make any money on our postage. It's very obvious when you order that that it's not next day or anything like that. We've never offered that service. It's not anything that we offer. It isn't. And I did get Emma to run the figures, and yes, I do actually, as a company, we do subsidise the postage with the postage charges that we make. So I'm really sorry if you don't like our postage charges, that, you know, but they are there and they are obvious for everyone as well. So I'm very sorry if you don't like those, but it just has to be, because we have a choice. We're not backed by multi-million-pound companies or anything like that at all, and we can either put the price of the things up, or we can charge a postage that for us is realistic, and that is what we do. Yeah, like I say, we have responded to you twice. So please just check in. Do me a favour, just check in your spam and just have a little look. Right, so now what we need to do is go right sides together and then just whiz down that edge. And if you need to neaten it up at all, then please do. I'm just going to neaten up that side. Just down there. There we go. And then just whiz down a seam down there. And we are all good to go. Forwards and backwards a little bit. And off we go. There we are. There we go. Down we go. And then back a little bit. Oh, no, going the wrong way. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. There we go. And then we can turn it through like so. And then this is when you need to get out your bodkins. Where's my bodkin? I'm not going to open a new one. In my bag of bits. What have I got in here? I'm pretty sure there's a bodkin, aha, lurking in there somewhere. See, there is organisation, really. Here we go. So, there we go. If you've not got a bodkin, they are fab, because this is what you do with them. Here. If I get the right camera angle, there we go. Just they grip on. So they're only a couple of quid, maybe like £3.50 or something like that. Squeeze together, then you move this little Dewberry What's-it down, that's a technical term, and then you just post that through the end bit here, where we made that channel, and then round you go. And this is great if ever you have like drawstring trousers or anything like that, and you lose the bit, just whip out your bodkin and pull it through. Whoop, there we go. And we go. Alison's saying scarf, please. Yep, we'll do that in a minute. We'll do that in just a minute. And then through it comes. There. There we go. So I'm going to leave it so that that is long enough to tie a knot in and be hung up. Like that. Now, apparently, you can kind of burn the edges of these. I'm not brave enough to try because, quite frankly, there we go. I have small children. I don't really want them watching me burning stuff. But you can burn those edges there. And then you can stuff all your plastic bags in there, like so. And then we need to put the elastic in the bottom. So actually, if you're going for the bundle, bodkin at the ready again, you will probably get 2 lots out of this. And where are my edges? Where are my edges? Here they are. Oh no. Oh no, I've sewn over one of my edges. This is not good, is it? I've got it on pick. I've been over generous because I was thinking about postage and sewn over one of my seams. That's no good, is it? There we go. Just open that up there. Pop that through there. Now, this bit needs to be tighter. Because this is going to stop all the plastic bags falling out the bottom. But also just allow you to grab and go when it's needed. There we go. And I would just go in and tuck that. Right, so decide what I'm going to do is hang on to that bit. Oh no, pull that bit down, tighten it through there so that it's big enough that you can pull the bags out, and then I'll just tie that off there. You can tell that I am no sailor with my bag knots, can't you? There we are. I'm sure you can sew them together if you want. But that will go in there. So that gives you a large enough hole to be able to pull your bags through, but they're not just going to fall out. And then you can, oh, try not to burn yourself on the iron. Get the right angle. There we go. So that is just a neat little one, an idly diddly one. And of course, we had loads left over. So that can just hang up. You can pop all your little plastic bags in, pull them out the bottom, and we are good to go. But of course, you could make it, depending on your plastic bag needs, we could have made it so much bigger because we've still got all of that left. So we've got enough for another one there, at least, a much bigger one actually. So there we go. We've got a little one, we can make a bigger one, and that's what you can do with 3 fat quarters. Make number 1. Now then. Is that all right, SJ? Is that, or do you need me to make you the bigger one? It's entirely up to you. You let me know. Right, let's have a look. Infinity scarf, please, Natasha. Oh, Susie says that she loves the flower prints behind. They're a bit gorgeous, aren't they? They're the only ones that aren't in fat quarters today, Susie, because I couldn't bear to cut them any smaller. That's how it goes. Right, okay. What are we going to... what are we going to make? Which ones are we going to make the infinity scarf out of? Now, Brandon's idea when I did a show with him a little while ago was that these would hide masks. He said they're all the rage in Italy. I'm going to have to take his word for that because obviously we're not in Italy, so I don't know. I don't know. But that's what he said. They're all the rage, and they would hide, because let's face it, masks are a bit ugly, aren't they? They would hide that, so you can sort of nestle down in there. Plus, they're gorgeous, and they're going to look great. White t-shirt, black t-shirt, whatever, and just zhuzh everything up and make it all look a bit gorgeous. So we need to decide which fabrics we would like to work in. Now, Brandon's take on it was that if it were him, he would go for 3 very contrasting prints, so that you got such a different effect as you turned it. And I kind of agree. So we have a choice. We can either go psychedelic pansies, or we can go Liberty scarf. Ooh. Or do we want to go Philip? Which one? Anybody, but I'm just going to give it a second because I know there's a little delay. What? We had a bag holder in France. We called it a sac, a bag for bags. Oh, brilliant. Oh, thank you, Lynn. She says she's always had brilliant customer service from us. Thank you. Susan says, making a note, as a bag I have is about to fall apart. It happens. Okay, can you email info@natashamakes.com, please, and we'll sort that. Oh, you see, Margaret's ahead of the game. She says, I have a small bag holder for hanging in the bathroom to hold the small bags. You see? Perfect. I've been using a paper clip to thread my mask, but then I started sewing it into the channel. Yeah, saved loads of time. Oh, there you go. Hi again. I've just ordered the birds, feathers trio and white pom-pom trim and the infinity scarf pattern. Please, pretty please, can you demo it? Thank you muchly. I'm about to. It's all going to happen. Angela, again, just because I miss stuff on Facebook, just email info@natashamakes.com, because if you ask on Facebook, I can miss it so easily because of the volume, and I don't want to miss it if, there we go. Oh, Ginny, thank you. She's just so clever at putting colours and designs together. What can I say? There are beautiful fabrics, and it would be really rude not to. Right. Well, have we decided? Has anybody decided? That was why I picked up my phone, wasn't it, to ask? Liberty, please. Ellen says no help because it's all so pretty. It's really hard, isn't it? The brighter and bolder, the better. Oh, Liberty Freedom Scarf. Philip, Liberty, Pansies, Liberty. We're level pegging. We are level pegging. Decisions. Tell you what. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Right, I'm going to go Liberty just because I'm not sure if I can wear orange, and I will have to wear. I will wear whatever we make today. There we go. Decision made. Oh, it's a tough one. It was a really tough one. So I can't take any credit for this pattern. This is Gemma's. What happened was when we went into lockdown, Gemma started doing a few little designs for us because she's high risk. So she had to shut her business. And so it's like, right, what can we do? So this is what we do. We support people wherever we can. And she had great ideas. So it was beautiful. Right. It kind of doesn't matter which order you put them in because they're all going to work together. I'm going to move this across so that I can actually I can press it in vision, as they say, and not burn myself. Whee! Have you all got your pressing mats now? Have you all ordered your pressing mats because they're back in stock? Or are you waiting for the new colour that will be exclusive to us here at Natasha Makes? Ooh. And that will be in this size and a smaller size as well for travelling. Right. Let's get these pressed, shall we? So I'm going to be super posh, aren't I? With the Liberty Infinity scarf. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Just a very quick press. Do we want, next question, do we want pom-pom trim in it or not? Ooh. Now, Geraldine, I know that you know how to make infinity scarves, but bear with me. I know a lot of you make these anyway. It was something that I could quite get my head around. I'm like, how is that quite working? But it does, and I will show you in just one moment. I think I've got the pattern to hand just in case I've forgotten, because that happens too. But honestly, when you see it made, you'll be like, oh yeah. But it was also one of those things that I was very glad. Oh, it's got quite a few creases in it. I was also very glad that I did have the instructions just to refer back to this morning and be like, oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one. It just helps jog your memory, doesn't it? Because while some of these makes are lovely and simple, and you know, beginners etc. can do them, sometimes we just need a little bit of reminding. So basically, let's pop these right sides together. And sew along. Now, just bear in mind, now I've got selvages on here, which is really handy because then I can see exactly where I'm at. But because of the nature of the beast, it can easily be that your fat quarter will be, let's think about this. So 44 inches, what's 44 inches? Is around 111, 112, which means that one side of your fat quarter will be about 55 inches, 54, 55 centimetres, do apologise. But the other is cut to 1/2 metre. So it'll be 50 by about 54 centimetres. So one side will be slightly longer than the other. So just bear that in mind when you put your edges together. you know, put the same length ones together, is basically all I'm saying. It's not rocket science, but if you're still struggling as to working out what a fat quarter is, because there are all sorts of funny old things, aren't there, that we have in sewing. We've got fat quarters, we've got long quarters, all sorts. Layer cakes we had yesterday, didn't we? Dessert rolls, that's another. We've not really touched on dessert rolls. Well, that needs to be a whole other show. But of course you can make this at home. When you get your fat quarters home. There we go. So that's one. And then let's do the other. Like so. So again, we're looking at, oh, there's my little sticker. Get rid of that. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Just right sides together. Down we go. And off we go. Off we go. So far so good, right? Easy, easy, easy. We can all do this. And I think that Brandon would be proud because we've gone with 3 very different fabrics there. So they're all gonna merge and it's all gonna be good. I will just press these seams open. Not for any particular reason, that I think it will probably work that way. It'll be good. And off we go. Do you know what? Pressing seams open is actually sometimes one of the most fiddly things to actually do. But I'm not sure that I want the bulk of pressing the seam to either one way or the other. I don't think it specifies in the instructions. I don't remember it being in there. Might be best to finger press first. There we go. There we are. There we are. There we go. And again on that seam. Here we go. Oh, the concentration, just to do these open, like so. Now I'm just thinking in my head whether or not to trim off those selvages, because whilst it was really handy to know that I had the fabrics all around the same way, selvages are a slightly different sort of texture, consistency, if you like, with fabric, just because it's where your fabric would have been pinned onto, I think it's called the loom, isn't it? So what I will do is just take off those selvages now. Fold that down so I can get it under the old stripology. And just trim them back. But have you seen somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody did the most amazing bag just out of selvages. It was just gorgeous, and I'll just, while I'm there, just trim that edge down there as well so that we're all nice and even, ready to go. And it just looked gorgeous. It was so clever, so clever. Because sometimes they're really pretty, and a lot of the designers because on the salvages, a lot of them will put the different colours. So for example, oh, here we go. Not only do you know who makes there we go, you see Liberty, Flower Show, Abbey Wood, and they're the two different colours in it. So you can take that if you want to match threads and stuff, or if you just want to match it with other fabrics, plains or anything like that. I think my mum said that my grandma always used to have snips of salvages in her pocket, so that when she was out she could always match it with other fabrics, which sounds about right. That does sound about right. But also, some of them do different shapes and things on the selvages, so they're really fun on some designs. I've seen elephants and all sorts on the selvages. Good. Okay, so now that we have done that, if we are going to add a pom-pom trim on, then let's crack on with that, shall we? So the joy of the pom-pom, so I'm saying that in a sort of French-esque accent, who knows, is, oh gosh, what colour? Hang on. What colour are we going to go for? So when I say that I'm surrounded by pom-pom trim, like these are all half price on the website. Well, what colour? Oh man, decisions. I know it doesn't have to be like the exact, ooh, that's quite nice. What colour's that? That is the rose. Oh yeah, the rose is quite, oh look, I've made a pom-pom wall now. Hang on. Okay. What do we think? The rose is quite nice, isn't it? That's quite pretty. Is it good? Or do we want to go? Oh, hang on. What colour is that? That's the cerise. Can't even say it. Oh, that, yeah, no, that's the one. But I mean, if you wanted to go safe, then go. Actually, the white's really pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a white pom-pom trim, and you guys can grab those off the website. Like I say, pom-pom trim is normally £1.50 a metre. These are 10 metre reels and they're up at £7.50, so you are getting them half price. But also, like I say, I wouldn't like to guarantee that plastic in the post, so I can either take it off the plastic reel and send it to you like that, or just if it snaps, it's half price, right? So let's make that really clear. You're getting a bargain either way, right? Okay. Oh yes, just pretty. It's just pretty. So I am going to go down and with my zipper foot on, because this is what I discovered the other day was best. I'm going to put my stitch length really long, and I am going to find my zipper foot. Here we go. Oh no, controversial. And then, have I got that yet? Okay. So the zipper foot I found was the best, and I'm going to have this on a really long stitch just to baste in place. That is all I'm doing. So I've got my fabric the right side up. I've dropped my pom-pom trim because that's really useful. Here we go. Okay, so if you want to pin everything in place, do so. Absolutely do so. But gently does it, I would say. Now I'm going to, when I put this on, I'm going to line up the right hand side of my foot so that that is going to keep to the edge of my fabric on one side, and then the left hand side is going to have the pom-pom trim on. Can you see what I mean? So the right hand side of my foot is going to line up on the edge of my fabric there, and then my trim is going to line up on the other side of my foot there. There we go, little acrobatic sewing machine there. And let's do this thing on a nice long stitch length. This is just basting in place. Okay, now this is quite a long scarf. Oh, has it decided to eat it? Yes, it has. That's always a great start, isn't it? Don't eat my Liberty fabric, come on. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to come further in so that it doesn't eat my fabrics, and go again. There we go. And if you just need to go backwards a little bit, what this does is aligns your pom-poms so that they're all lying in the same direction. You don't end up with rogue pom-poms so much. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've come unthreaded. Ah, oh, fabulous. Let's start that. I wonder why it wasn't doing anything. Right, let's rethread and then let's go again. Try again. This will happen. The joy of the pom-pom trim. I wonder if you could actually just tack it in place with your I'm thinking out loud here, with your wash away tape. Ooh, I haven't tried that. Didn't think of that. Maybe, who knows. There you go. I'm sure someone out there will try it and let me know. Right, I'm going to start a little bit further in, and then let's try again. Is that actually, so again, just basting. Yeah. So it doesn't need to catch it all the way down, but we are starting to get those pom-poms where we need them to be. And I am actually going to... Oh, you know what I've done, don't you? You know when I said elongate your stitch length, I changed the stitch width. I did wonder why it was struggling, why it wasn't catching. There we go. Don't be an idiot, is what I would say. I wonder why this wasn't going quite to plan. Yeah, so increase your stitch length, not your stitch width, because that will move your needle over and make it really difficult to tackle. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's happiness. Off we go. That is. There's a bit of stretch in your pom-pom trim. That's all good. I'm trying not to rush this while being... Yeah, I can see all the little laughy faces coming off the Facebook comments. It happens, guys. It happens. Honestly, once upon a time, I had a brain and then I had children. Look, now I've just missed it completely. I'm making this look really difficult. It's not. It really isn't. Let's move that over even more. But just don't go changing all the settings on your machine. Ah, right. Let's go again. There we go. I'm trying to get the edge of the pom-pom to just sit, there we go, underneath just the edge of my zipper foot. The zipper foot really comes into its own once you start to do your actual seam, by the way. And I got into the groove when I was making, because I'll be honest, I did get a little bit obsessed with making these, and I did make quite a few, and you kind of get into the groove. Oh my god. It's good to see how to do it and how to solve them. Yeah, Claire says the baby brain is permanent. Yeah, my mum still blames that, and I'm, you know, obviously no longer a baby. But what you don't want to do is catch pom-poms in there. Because we're trying to get those pom-poms just like out of our way. You might get the odd. There we go. You can I just also say you don't have to add a pom-pom trim onto this. If I'm making this look really tricky, which actually it's really not, not once you get into the groove, you could pin this as well. That's the other thing. I always forget there is the pinning option. Here we go. It just wants to sort of move away a little bit, but just take it slow and steady, because the next stage is going to be so much easier if you have tacked these in place. So just go a few stitches, go a few lines, pop them back in place. That we're nearly there. We are nearly there. Susan's cat has been entranced by my demo. Well, I'm glad someone's finding it entertaining. My cat is not in here today. I've had to watch it over her shoulder for the last 10 minutes. Gosh, has it really taken me this long to stitch on a bit of pom-pom trim? I do apologise. We'll get to the magic bit in a minute, and it'll all be good. Dee 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 dee. I'm just trying to wonder now if I put my zipper foot on for the basting bit last time, or if I just basted it and then put the zipper foot on. I can't remember. Look, basically, just take your time. If you're not in a rush and you're not in a hurry and you don't have hundreds of people watching you, you'll be fine. You'll ace it. It'll all be good. There we go. We're nearly there. Everybody breathes a collective sigh of relief for the fact that I've nearly finished. There we go. And then trim. Think. Okay. Let's see where we're at. So then, that is your pom-pom trim tacked into place. And then all you need to do is put your fabric right sides together, and if you want to clip it or pin it or do whatever, then do. Just be aware. What I would do if you're going to pin anywhere is pin on the pin where the fabrics meet. Okay, so the other thing I've just realised is that that pom-pom trim has a little bit of give to it. So where I've pulled it a little bit, it's just created a little bit of a wobble. So yeah, basically don't do that. Because that, yeah, it's almost like I've put in an elastic. So you can, what I can do, I can take out that stitch if needs be, but you're going to go down with your zipper foot and put in a little pin here and use your zipper foot to guide you so that you don't go over the pom-poms, which should all be lying now into the scarf. That's the aim. But on my first scarf that I did, that wasn't the case. Did it matter? Really didn't. Really didn't. So don't panic. Don't panic about it at all. Yours will be fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to align my foot there against the pom-poms. And as with a zip, the reason that we use zipper foots is obviously we don't want it to go over the edge of the zip. So in aligning it so that it just stays just this side of your pom-pom trim. Now, you might get a little bit of the trim and not just the pom-pom showing. Does it matter? If it does to you, then go back in and just so again, I'm just running my finger down there. I can feel a little rogue pom-pom, cheeky. And as it's going down, I've just got my finger on the side. You see, this is much easier having tacked it in, isn't it? Just checking that all those pom-poms are where they should be as you come down. Now, are we talking about a specific seam allowance along here? No, not really, to be honest. By the time that this is twisted around and looking gorgeous. Oh, Patricia needs to put her phone on charge. She's going to catch up later. Well, that's okay. We're nearly there anyway. Oof, we're a third of the way down, peeps. Third of the way. Now, I've also got, if you might think, well, I'm not really a pom-pom kind of a gal, and that's okay. I've got some beautiful British lace as well. Actually, it's English lace, if we're going to be really specific about it. And that's rather gorgeous too. So maybe you just want a little bit of a lace trim on there, then treat yourself. It's all rather gorgeous. And again, keeping that edge. Now, if you want to take your time and do this absolutely perfectly, please do. I'm just aware that this might not be the most scintillating for you to watch. And I am, because I did just tug that pom-pom trim a little bit, and there it's kind of acted as a little bit of elastic. But I don't want to rip my seam open. I am just pulling that lower level a little bit. So basically, don't pull your pom-pom trim is what I'm saying when you are stitching, because otherwise you'll get slightly uneven seams. But in the long run, like I say, this is going to be twisted around and be really gorgeous. So just go easy with yourself. Okay, last little bit and we're nearly there. All is good. And then this, we'll get to the bit that I could never get my head around. Like how? Sister, apologise. We, both myself and the cat, love your demos. I am loving your cat. Did not love my cat yesterday. Oh, he was naughty, wasn't he? He's just been a bit of a terror at the moment, with it being summertime and there being lots of things for him to go out and catch. Right. Oh, I can feel a rogue pom-pom. There we go. We are nearly there. And yeah, there we go. So what you'll see is that the seam with the pom-pom trim has ended up, because I pulled on the pom-pom trim and it's ever so slightly elastic, you'll see that my seam is out ever so slightly there. Can you see? Now I can do one of two things. I can berate myself massively and tell myself that I'm a dreadful sewer, I should never do these things, what was I thinking? Or I can do that and not worry about it. So guess which option I'm going for today? Here we go. And then just have a little turn through, check that you're happy. If there's any bits that you've missed. Now I quite like seeing a little bit of the white through there. But I know that some people are very specific and only want to see the actual pom-pom. But it's pretty. There you go. So that's your pom-pom trim coming through. Almost looks like little snowdrops. Now, this is the bit. This is the bit. Put your arm in and pull it up, but not through. Up, but not through. Then put your pom-poms together, everybody. There are your edges. In fact, you know what? Let's go crazy and just chop that pom-pom off, because that's just going to get in the way of my seam. And that pom-pom too. Look at you, pom-poms. Giving me pom-poms a trim. There we go. So seams together. I'm just going to open up those seams. And then I might even pop a little pin in there. You never know. There we go. All we're going to do now is, so you can see I haven't pulled that all the way through. It's still a tunnel. And I'm going to sew around and leave myself a turning through gap. And I'm going to try really hard not to be chatting so much that I forget, do my usual thing of forgetting my turning through gap. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And then you'll see, it was exciting. Do I need to take that bit off? Can't remember. Let's do it anyway. Like I said, it's been a little while since I did this. And if you want to like match up your seams and pin them and make sure that everything is hunky-dory tickety-boo, then do. But the beauty of this is, and I would say that this could easily be a beginner's project because it's a scarf that is going to be twisted and it's going to have movement. It doesn't matter if your seams are straight. Really doesn't. It really doesn't. There is a time and a place, ladies and gents, for a perfect seam. Absolutely, there is. I give you that. Does it need to be here? I don't think so. Don't think it does. So round we go. And as you go, just making sure, there we go, that your seams are there. And I would say go with what seam allowance feels good to you. Are you all shouting at me to not forget to do a turning through? Sorry, I was just reading what Gemma's written about the pom-poms. Yeah, no, I did chop them out of the way. Don't worry, Gem. I did. She's the pom-pom queen, is our Gemma. Absolute pom-pom queen. No, I did chop them out of the way. Otherwise, I have an excess of pom-pom. I'm stopping there. I'm going to do my little triple stitch. Dink, dink, dink. And then, are we ready? Where's my turning through again? Here it is. Because now. And this was the bit I could never quite get my head around. I'm like, how is this ever going to happen? How is this ever going to work? Possibly should have, it's looking great. Yeah. How is this ever going to work? Like this. And it sort of all comes through. Oh look, spare pom-pom. It's like, there we are. And you're going to give that a good old press. And that seam, give that a press. You can either, and I know, Gemma, what you're going to say here. You can either slip stitch it, which I will, because it's going to be my Posh Liberty scarf. But give the whole thing a press. There it is. Looking a bit gorgeous, I have to say. And Brandon is right, actually, to have gone with the very, very quick press here. To have gone with 3 contrasting is beautiful. And these absolutely are my colours to wear. And I'm going to wreak havoc with my microphone if I put this on. But yeah, just slip stitch your hole, and then I'm really sorry, guys. Let me move my mic out of the way. And then spend some time eking and tweaking and making it fabulous. And that will be, imagine that with a little denim jacket or something. It's going to be gorgeous. That is your pom-pom trim scarf. Yes. I'm going to take it off before I bash my microphone. And I think that's beautiful. And I will slip stitch that whole. In fact, where's my you can either slip stitch it or bosh it through the machine if you know it will join the UFO pile. Right, now, yes, I completely agree with you, Gemma, on that, but here's the thing. I would normally bosh it through on a top stitch like you say, and but actually, do you know what we haven't done for a little while? And that is actually show how to slip stitch. Because we say all these things, don't we, and assume everybody knows. I'm just looking around for my little hand stitching pouch. Let me get a needle out. Here we go. And then somewhere over here, because it fell off the desk, is my needle thread. I need to get hold of some of these for you, don't I? I keep saying that. I will track them down. That size will do. Oh, I need a needle grip just to get it out. Don't do this at home. Do not do that at home. Right. Whee! Let's just get ourselves all set up. For a little slipper stitchers. So a slip stitch basically allows you to hide your stitches. Let me just start this over here. And Gemma is quite right. And we have a bit of an understanding whereby, and this happens with my pouches that I make and everything else. And the understanding is, and this is why with the binding and stuff, I just zigzag it or I do whatever just to make sure that it gets done. That a project is better done than sitting in the UFO pile to be finished perfectly at some point in the future, which for me ends up being never. Hence why I'm stood in front of a few cupboards that might have boxes of UFOs in them. And so if you think that you wouldn't actually stitch these, then just top stitch and get it done so that you can wear it, and that's perfect. Because I would far rather, you can just turn it so you don't see the seam. That's absolutely fine. Of course, there's me telling you that I'm going to show you how to do a slip stitch and then not showing you how to slip stitch. So let's put that right. Let's put that wrong right, shall we? So here are your seams. Okay, now I press them so that they're crisp. So lie them together. And you can see there, I'm going to go in and along and come up. Can you see that? So that's just taking up a little bit of that. And then I'm going to cross over and go in on the other side and along underneath that turn in the hem. And if I just open this out a little bit, what it should look like is a bit like a ladder. So the thread is hidden underneath the fold in that fabric either way, and these are the rungs of your ladder. I think it's sometimes called ladder stitch, but then when you pull it together, your stitches just disappear and you just don't see them. So I mean, when I do them, I just hold the fabric together and I jump from one side to the next. And how small you make them is entirely up to you. And I'm doing it in a neutral coloured thread, so it will just blend anyway. And that's it. And off we go along there like that. So yeah, I mean, it really is one of those things, isn't it? It only takes a couple of minutes to actually do, but I could have done it on a machine by now and have moved on to the next thing. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But sometimes it is nice, and because this is Liberty and posh, I will just finish it off. And so you can see coming down there, you can't see my stitches. It just goes in and slips along underneath and comes up. So you can see, there you go. There it is underneath. That's on my seam, and that's why I just pressed it so that I had a nice crisp seam there. But for the sake of this, and also you guys get to see, because I remember the first time I made something and it said just ladder stitch or slip stitch or something, it's shut, and I thought, well, that's all very well and good to say just do that, but I didn't actually know what it was, because I was just coming back into sewing, and I had to actually go and look it up and try and get YouTube demos and this, that and the other to find out, because actually the picture, I'm a very visual learner, and the picture of it, I just didn't understand it. So there we go. That's that done. That's that. Very smartly finished off. Just put a little couple of holding stitches there. I tend to go back through and knot it and then put my thread in and bring it up somewhere else to then, and just pull it quite tight, snip, and then your stitch will disappear. There you go. You can't see him, can you? There we go. And so that's like that. That's the joy of it. And so that is your Liberty Infinity scarf, to be twisted and played with as you wish. I think that's gorgeous. So the pattern is on the website. The fat quarter bundles are on the website. You get them in threes. We're not going to have time today. Gosh, where has that time gone? We haven't got time today to go into the cushions. Oh, I did want to show you the lace, because another time I will show you just how to put in a lace trim. Hopefully a little easier than the pom-pom demo, but there we go. There is that lace trim. I've got some ideas for this. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I tell you which one I think that would look really gorgeous with. What have I done with them? And that's the birds, the birds. Oh, here they are. Excuse me stretching. But I did think that with the birds would be gorgeous. What do you think? So I thought you could have a little bit of lace trim on there, and that would be really pretty. But we'll save that for another day. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, because I've just seen the time. And it's school run time. Still not on full days. So thank you. Oh, it's the lavender. Thank you ever so much for watching. It's great to have your company again. I've made a great big mess in here once again. So it's now time to tidy up and start putting some orders together for you. And thank you for bearing with us. I know that the block of the months, they are slowly coming out. We're cutting everything in-house at the moment, and it is taking a little bit of time. But if you want to check on your order or anything, then it's info natashamakes.com. Like I say every week, please don't pop it on Facebook because we can easily miss it and then you'll just get frustrated. So just a quick email, info@natashamakes.com, with any questions or comments. And actually, you know, we've had some really lovely emails from you, so thank you. They do mean the world. And as a team, we do read your lovely emails because, you know, gives us a bit of a boost. So thank you ever so much. Next week, who knows what we'll be doing next week? I'm going to have a little rummage through the fabrics and see what inspires me for next week. So take care, have a lovely rest of the week. Stay safe and all of that. And I will see you next Monday at 10 o'clock. Take care. Bye-bye.